I'm telling you, once you know this, there is no going back. All the questions that you had about manifestation and how long it's going to take will be answered. The confirmation and validation you were looking for will be answered. You'll see it in this video and it's going to click. You're going to get the biggest breakthrough that you ever got. I appreciate you subscribing right down at the bottom, and I know you're ready for this breakthrough. Let's get into it. So I got some inspired action today, and it was interesting because I haven't seen Bashar videos in a little while. It's been like days upon days. And so I got the inspired action to look up, I forgot what the keyword was. It took me through a series of keywords, and a video stuck out to me about time. And I got a huge breakthrough when I seen this video. And I got intuition that was just like pouring through me. And I came up with this right here, this image. It came to me. I was like, ooh. And then I was really getting a message that made sense for me. And that's what when you're getting these breakthroughs, it will hit you. It'll hit you and the information will just pour through you. You'll get these blocks of information and it'll help you realize and understand what you've been wanting to understand more. So that's why you can't judge the way the inspired action comes. All right, what we have right here, let me show it to you. Okay, what we have is A and we have B, point A and B at the top. And point A represents where you're at currently in your reality. And then all the marks in between represent parallel realities, because when you are consciously manifesting and just existing, you're shifting through these parallel realities all throughout your day. So we have point A and we have point B, which is going to be your desire. What are you consciously manifesting? So for instance, when I was consciously manifesting, being in a certain program, I really was into this energetics course and I was like, you know what? I really, really want to be in it. It was like 2K, I think, at the time. And so I was like, this is my desire. So we have a point A and we have a point B, which is, you can fill it in with whatever you want, but for the sake of this video, we are going to have it be the course I wanted to be in, the energetics course. So these points in between, those are the parallel realities that I'm shifting through, that you're shifting through. And it can seem like it's taking a long time, because when you're shifting through these parallel realities, the speed that you're shifting through these realities is based off of your vibrational frequency. So start asking yourself, am I following the fun? Am I doing what I love to do? How are you going about your day? Are you following your excitement? Because that's going to determine how fast it goes for you. And if you haven't seen my video on time and that it's relative and the experiment that goes along with it, you want to check that out so you can experience it firsthand, time flying by, and you'll see that it's all relative. So with this though, it can be in this first example, it's like, oh my gosh, my manifestation is taking so long. Like, why is it taking so long? It's because when I'm shifting through these parallel realities, it seems slower because I have this resistance that comes up. Because maybe a week went by and I'm like, oh my gosh, this stuff isn't taking so long. How long does it take to manifest? That's resistance. That's limiting beliefs that are coming up. So when that shows up, and if you're not doing anything about it, that makes it seem slower. So that's why at the top, the first example, it's longer. Because the way you're experiencing it and the way I experienced it, well, the way that in that example it would be experienced is that it would take longer. It'll seem longer because resistance comes up, limiting beliefs come up, and you're not doing anything about it. So that'll just keep coming up for you. And then you know what will happen? When that stuff comes up for you, especially to my spirituality community, if you're anything like me, you'll think like, oh my gosh, I was doubting my manifestation, so now I got to start back from day one. How often have you done that where you're like, oh my gosh, I was doing so good, doing my conscious manifestation, but then I had a blip in the road. I got mad because it was taking so long. And then you're like, oh, I got to go back to day one. I got to start from square one, start from the beginning. And that's why it seems like it takes longer too. Because if you are in the middle, if you're in the middle, if we're going from that first example, if you're in the middle of that and you're in the middle, but then you say you're going back to square one. So you're creating the experience that you're going back to one, when actuality, you're not going back anywhere, but you're creating the experience that things are going slower and you're starting from square one. So it'll feel like it's taking longer for you. Does that make sense? You're never starting over. You're always picking up where you left off. Let me say that again. You're never starting over. You're always picking up energetically where you left off. So when you can start to realize that if you have resistance that comes up and limiting beliefs that come up and you shift those, you know what? You may have been on square two, frame two, and you jumped to frame 10. That's how it works. You can skip around like that. You can have that fast speed happen, that acceleration in your conscious manifestation and shifting through these parallel realities. So then we have example 2, and you see that it's shortened, and it's shortened because this example is you are following the fun. You're doing what you love to do throughout your day. You're following your excitement, as Bashar would say. So when you're doing that, you are shifting through parallel realities fast. And that's like in the video that I just told you about, where the time experiment. In that time experiment, what I did was I covered up all the clocks. And that was a day where I was like, I'm doing everything that I love to do, but you're not paying attention to time. In that experiment, time didn't exist. So time went by faster. So when you start to realize when you're having fun and you're feeling excited and feeling passionate and doing what you love to do, then that means time goes by faster for you. That's what they say when you're quantum leaping. It's short. And you see, I believe I put 12 lines in the first one example and the second one. Okay? But the time is shorter in the second example. So you're going through the frames like this really fast. Or you can be skipping from 1 to 12. Like, it doesn't matter. You're moving faster. That's how it happens. And that's where it goes with your manifestation. Think about how what you're thinking when you're consciously manifesting. Are you thinking it's taking too long? Like, I should already have my manifestation? Like, this stuff is not working. I must be doing something wrong. Then you're in example 1. Okay? So when you get to example 2, that's when you make your quantum leaps. That's when you're getting all the breakthroughs coming through. That's where you are desiring to be. And you can be there at any time you want, like I said. Even if before this video came on, you were feeling a little down, like, oh my gosh, I don't know when it's going to happen. But now that you've seen this video, you may feel happier. You may feel more positive. You may feel like, well, dang, I could do this. Okay, so you can skip frames. You are where you're at. You don't have to start all over just because 5 minutes ago you were feeling discouraged. It doesn't matter. Okay? You had a breakthrough during this video, so that means you're automatically skipping frames. You're shifting through parallel realities fast because you're feeling passion, you're feeling curiosity, you're feeling like, man, I can do this. And this video is motivating you and inspiring you. So therefore, you're quantum jumping. You're moving fast. Do you feel it? So when I got this image that came to me, it was like, well, dang, I guess all I really needed was this visual, because it clicked so much for me when I put it on paper, or in this case, a marker board. But it made sense. And you can take a screenshot of this image and plug in your desire in point B and you can even have this visual in your mind when you are feeling discouraged and then when you're feeling good again. Skip frames. Start using your imagination. You can do this stuff however you want, y'all. There's no right or wrong process to this. Use whatever process that resonates with you. Visualizations always help, for sure. So, in this image though, point A and point B, Time is relative. You shift through these parallel realities, whether you're conscious of it or unconscious of it, but it's happening anyway. And when you can start using time to your advantage, the whole game is going to change for you, because then you don't have to, you can get more creative. You can get more creative in the processes that you use. You can get more creative in the things that you do to evoke that emotion in you. Evoke that emotion of passion and feeling good and excitement. It's more room to play. That's all. And the biggest thing I can tell you is if you're thinking, where is my manifestation? Why is it taking so long? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Everybody else is manifesting their stuff, and then nothing is happening for me. Well, you're not in the vibrational frequency to receive. It doesn't matter how bad you want it. It doesn't matter how much you've been wishing to have this thing or how long it's been. You're not in the vibrational frequency to receive it. So it's going to seem like the process is longer, like example A. So to shift this though, start asking yourself, why do you want it? Why does it have to happen so fast? What is the scariest thing that's going to happen? What's the scariest thing that's going to happen if you don't receive it? And 9 times out of 10, you only want it so fast and so quick because you need to get something done. You need to pay for something. A lot of times that's what it is. You need for something to happen. So if you need something to happen, you're not in the vibrational frequency to receive that thing. Because that needy desperation, that repels the manifestation from you. And that will put you on the first example, where it's going to feel like it's taking longer. It doesn't have to take long. Start shifting it and see why you need that thing. Because the only reason somebody would say, and think about it, if you're looking up how to manifest money instantly, how to be happy instantly, then you're doing that because you feel like you need it. You need it or something bad is going to happen. But ask yourself this: if you knew 100% that you are completely abundant in anything that you need, anything that you want, how would you feel? How would you think? How would you behave? What would you believe? Start asking yourself that. Because if you are in that vibrational frequency, you will receive the manifestation. You will be on example 2. Because you will be thinking like that version of yourself that's already abundant. You'll be feeling like that version of yourself and believing what that version of yourself believes, and you'll be behaving the way that version of yourself behaves. So you will receive the manifestation faster. It'll seem faster for you. If you're already abundant in finances, and you're abundant in happiness, and you're abundant in positivity, and you're abundant in love, then you wouldn't ask for something to happen instantly. You wouldn't ask for it to happen fast. If you knew point 2 was happening, example 2 was happening, you would just ask, you would just say, thank you for receiving good news today. And then boom, you'll get good news. Boom, it'll happen fast, like in point 2. That's how fast it can happen for you. You don't have to wait on anything. You don't have to do anything that doesn't resonate with you. All you have to do is think, feel, believe, and behave like the version of yourself that has the manifestation. And do those things. And if resistance comes up, then shift the limiting belief. And I have resources right down at the bottom where you can start doing that. But the more that you do this, and the more that you follow what you love to do in your excitement, you will be at example 2. You will be shifting so fast, receiving all types of manifestations, and you probably won't even remember that you asked for this manifestation. That's how fast things will start happening. I love that you got a big breakthrough from this, and I want to know, what was the biggest breakthrough that you got from this video? That aha moment, moment. What was that for you? Comment it right down at the bottom. And I appreciate you subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.